What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know we get it in, right? But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I'm kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel and it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled and I'm very much appreciative. So gracias. I appreciate it and I know I couldn't do it without you. So are you guys ready? Super Paisa Part 3. I had to hit you upside the head with a good one, right? So you guys, by now, if you're watching the series, then you already know about my Theo Angel. And ¿sabes qué? Puro Jalisco, güey. ¿Sabes qué? Right? He doesn't play. He didn't play. He doesn't play wherever he's at. Hopefully he's still not playing. If he decided to play a little bit, ¿sabes qué? That's on him. But I can tell you right now, right off the top, man, my Theo was that guy. He was him. He is I and I is him. He's slim with the big old brim. What's that vato's name? Theo Angel. Show! Right? So look, trip out. In this story, man, I wanted to tell you about my Theo. Had to go back for a while. He got deported. But do you think that's going to hold a good paisa down? Chale, right? He was going to be on the next one smoking back. He was going to be yoking, smoking with 4 doors open. That vato will ride a fucking snarling fucking wildebeest to get back. So they deported him. He got caught with some dope. You know, to what type of dope, to what degree of dope he got caught with, I don't know. But he got caught, man. So he sat in county jail for a little while. And of course, these spices, they be working the system, right? So he gets a hold of my tia. Hey, mija, ¿qué pasó con mi bail? Right? She was like, you have no bail, puto. She was like, I don't fucking know what's up with your bail. You know, hey, you know what I mean? You're going to be bailing hay somewhere in Mexico, puto. Because they said you got caught with a grandma this and a grandma that, and you didn't even tell me, and I'm over here sicker than a motherfucking dog. Go to Mexico. Don't ever come back. I'm gonna be with your brother Mario, right? So my Theo gets deported. He does a little time in the county jail, little slap on the wrist. Now he's back in Mexico. So he has a lot of family in Jalisco. That's where he's originally from. So when he goes back, he wants to come back because all his shit is here. He has a brand new truck. All his shit's at my tia's house. Most of his shit's at his wife's house. I mean, Sasuke, he was living his best life, right? He was living his real open fucking shirt, hairy chest life. You know how the paisas do it, right? Every Friday night, they be wiggling. So, of course, my tia's like, I don't know about your Theo Angel. I don't think you're going to have a Theo Angel anymore. You might have a Theo Mario by next Saturday. I'm going to give that fucker to Friday. If he's not here on Friday, Saturday, open sesame. Open sesame what? You don't know what it is, but when you grow up, you'll know exactly what I mean, right? So basically, she was going to fucking try to knock fucking his brother Mario, right? Who was a little short, ugly looking paisita dude. But my tia didn't care because his stack was this big, even though his pipa was probably that big. She was winning. Either way, all I got to do is just lay there and just take it, mijo. You know, for every pump, that's like $20, right? So me and my prima at the time, he's like, what been with Theo Angel, right? I'm like, what do you mean Theo Angel? Ain't that Daddy Angel to you? He's the one that got you wearing cowboy boots and shit. No, it's not my dad. My fucking dad lives in Livingston, right? Yeah, well, you know, where's your dad at, right? With the fucking new Nikes. Because we're rocking Pro Wings around this cap. So anyways, we already knew Angel was going to come back. My tia knew he was going to come back. Make sure we clean the house because you know he likes a clean house. Even though that fucker used to clean it himself, we need a fucking clean house around here. Because I can't have him come in and then Mario's going to dump out the window and it's going to be too much. It's going to be chaos, right? So anyways, of course, in typical Tia fashion, she has fucking his brother move in. And his brother's wearing his clothes. Everything, they're all big on him and shit. I remember he fucking tried to wear cowboy boots and the motherfuckers are flopped up like that. Looks like he's Homie the Clown. But whatever, so my Theo gets a hold of my tia, right? And he's like, I'm coming back. I'm gonna be back, right? So he doesn't come back alone. I remember he gets to San Diego and he's calling my tia. We have to go pick him up. So we call one of my tios. We all jump in his minivan and we head out there. Now, you got to remember, at this time, I was younger. So I was just down for whatever. Like, if I go, I mean, I didn't have a choice. It was one of these moves. Get your ass in the car, right? So I'm in. And so I remember us as little kids, man, we rode all the way to San Diego. And this motherfucker was hiding by a trash can and shit. Trying to be all undercover. Going pinchy. Hey, he has paint all over him like he's a fucking, you know what I mean? Like he's commando and shit. And there's a dude with them. And he's a youngster. He's probably like 16 or 17. Hey, dark as midnight. Looks like a struck match. Looks like under the bed, right? He just dark. But you could tell he's Mexicano, but he's a dark man. Like at this point in time, to what degree Mexicano was he? To what type of Oaxacan fucking jungle did you find this dude in? But he's there, big old buck teeth, bug eyes, just the ugliest vato walking earth, right? And my tío comes, mijos, scoot over, right? And he said, come on, vente, right? So he calls, and so this ends up being his nephew. So we make it all the way back, and my tía's arguing the whole time. I'm not gonna, my food stamps only go so far, son of a bitch. I'm not gonna stretch my food stamps for this little. And he's like, no, it's mi sobrino, right? So it was his nephew. So of course, my tío didn't want to come alone, so he brought his nephew with him. They were gonna work. His nephew was gonna stack, take the money on back, do whatever they had going on. I remember as a kid just watching, like, damn. So his nephew comes back, and his nephew has a crazy ass tattoo. It's a fucking X right here, right? So I remember me and my cousin Ricky. Ricky's walking around like, Whoppin', where you from, right? And he's like, ¿Por qué? He doesn't understand no type of English, not a lick of English, not a liquor bucket, right? So we're over there playing him. Like, he'll have tortillas, we'll snatch them, and we'll just do crazy shit, even though he's older than us. And you can tell this vato don't play, like, he looks evil, right? He's ugly and evil at the same time. Ugly and evil. Now he does a NyQuil, right? So anyways, my tío tells us, hey, you be nice to him. You don't be mean, son of a bitch. You know how you say, mija, son of a bitch? Number one, y number dos. Una y dos, sons of a bitches. You mom's a bitch. I fuck you the bitch, right? I'm like, oh, shit. So my tía's all happy because fucking my tío's back, and this dude's staying with my tía. So I like to go over there because he was odd, man. He'd go in the backyard and bird watch and shit. So I have other primos at this time that were gang members. They're from the Bay Area, right? They were norteños. And these guys were probably like my first glimpse ever into Northern California business, like real norteños, besides the homeboys that I met in my town when I got put on. But these dudes were like hardcore. They had already been in prison. These are like my older fucking primos as dads, right? So they weren't that old at the time. They were like 24, 25. So anyways, we're having a barbecue at my tía's. A carne asada for fucking my Theo Angel's back. You know, hey, we're the type of family we have, hey, you came back, right? So, because usually dudes don't come back. And my tía tatinki, they don't come back. But this was the about to fucking cross the border and came back, right? So we having he came back, pachanga. So everyone's partying. I remember good food. My tío's cooking carnitas. They went and stole a pig from a farm. Everything's good, right? Everything's stolen. So you know what? You know you're in trouble. And this one dude, he's just sitting, the sobrino, right? The nephew, he's just sitting there looking all fucking weird, right? So my primos hit him up. They're like, hey, who is this fucking dude right here? He's looking all wild and shit, he looks like he's like an aborigine from Australia or something. You know what I mean? He doesn't look like normal Mexicano. He's dark, está feo este vato. I said, I don't know, man. That's Theo Angel's nephew, right? Well, come to find out later on, we find out that wasn't even his nephew. That was some dude he met who he called his nephew and just was giving him a place to stay. A weird motherfucker, right? But that's just how it was. He was looking out. My tío was real nice, yet real cutthroatish at the same time. I think he wanted this dude to go work in the field so he could take all his money. You know, hustler. He's a hustler, baby, right? So anyways, we're all kicking back, and my primos hit him up like, hey, Holmes, where you from, man? Right? And the vato's like, Mexico? And my primos, they're on him, right? And they're like, hey, we're going to get this dude a nickname. And from that day on, his nickname was Me No Bang, right? And because, look, at that time, I ain't going to lie, there was upstaters that were establishing, southsiders that were establishing, and there was that old saying, man, you'd hit them up. They were paisas, right? You'd hit them up, and they'd be like, Me No Bang, right? So that was his nickname, Me No Bang. To this day, I don't even know this motherfucker's real name. I think his name was like Guardo or some shit like that. I think, right? I think I heard my tío call him Guardo or fucking, hey, give me your money though, or whatever it was, right? But yeah, I remember he stood for a couple months at my tío's house. Anyway, so I trip out on this. So my primos, they started to hang around a little bit. You know, one of them was selling black, so he was like my tía's connect. So he'd come all the way from the Bay, and they were staying out there in a city called fucking San Rafael, right? Which now it's a trip because now it's just all Southsiders and Paisas, man. It's a trip. That's right there by San Quentin, right? So that's where they were staying. So they were always down at my tía's house, and we'd be kicking back. And, you know, I think one of those ones is the ones who put the original hole through the fucking floor. But we're kicking back, and my fucking primo was like, hey, I'm going to take Me No Bang to the store with me, you know? Because this fool would go nowhere. He would, I tell you, he would just sit like a bird watcher, just sit in the backyard mesmerized. And even my tío was like, hey, are you going to work or what? ¿Sabes qué? And my tío straight to it. Straight original OG Paisa. That motherfucker crossed the border one day, was in the fields the next. It's like he might as well not even came home. You know, he just stopped home for a burrito, and next thing you know, he's in the fields getting his hustle on. That's how them paisas do it, man. You got to respect it. They don't play. They stay on the motherfucking contractor's neck. They either be doing construction in front of Home Depot or working the fields. My Theo was the type to work the fields, but he just wasn't your regular type of worker. That motherfucker was the patron. That vato was he was the one. He was the jefe of all jefes, right? He'd get in there on his little stiggity shit, like straight the lead singer and shit. Just doing his thing, right? So, anyways, he's trying to take this dude to work. This dude can't speak a lick of English. And just is different. Like I said, he was deep down from the jungles of Mexico, right? Poro Jalisco way. And so he'd be kicking it at home all the time. And my tia was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this fucker. I wonder if he looks black. I wonder if his dick is big. I'm like, what? Yeah. She was like, I'm just speaking out loud. You know, but how old is he? I said, I don't know, tia. He's not an adult though. What are you on? What kind of weird shit are you on? Oh, SPM type shit, right? My tia's like, I don't know, but sabes que, because one time I see him go to the shower, I fucking the first time and last time, está stinky, I seen him go to the shower and his fucking chorra was swinging that way and his head was bobbing that way and he was bird watching and his dick was I was dick watching. I was like, tia, calm down, man. I think he's a little too young for you. Sabes que, never say that, mijo. Never say that, because that's like telling me I'm losing my looks, right? So anyways, my tia's all fucking mesmerized by his pipa. And fucking Ricky's all like, Mom, stop looking at his chorra. She was like, shut up, spell chorra. You can't spell it. You're going to spell churro when I kick your ass out of here. So anyways, Angel's like getting tired of him because his vato doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to do nada. So Angel's getting ready to kick him out. Anyways, my primos come down. They're like, we're going to take Me No Bang to the store, right? We're going to find out Me No Bang, 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 in a real way, right? So they take him to the store. It's about an hour's past. And my tia's like, hopefully I keep that black fucker over there. We don't even need him over here. If they're smart like a dog, they take him out of the country and just leave his ass and let him walk. He won't know how to come back. And fuck it, maybe he'll meet a fat white chick and then they'll fall in love and next thing you know, he's going to have a better house than me, right? So anyways, my primos come back about an hour later and they're all fucking scraped. You can tell they've been in the mix. They're like, hey, and this fool comes walking in all goofy. Like Mr. Magoo, right? Like nothing, sits on the couch and just stares at the TV that's not even on with the crack in it, right? It's always had the crack in it. It's crazy. It still has the crack in it, right? And he sits down and my primo's like, hey, fool, Me No Bang, 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 right? I said, what do you mean? He said, that motherfucker got hands. To what degree of Bernard Hopkins shit he was on, that fool was knocking fools out. So I said, well, what happened? He said, we went to the store, fool, right? And he goes, and I got a call from my connect, so I had to go out to, there's a town out there called Salida, right? It's like by Modesto. He's like, I had to slide out to Salida, so we had Me No Bang. We're like, fuck it, let's go. He goes, so we went out there, bro, and I ain't even gonna lie, the connect, some dudes try to rob us, and so we're getting off with the connect with against these dudes, and Me No Bang jumps out, and he does the helicopter, just starts fucking fools up. He said, that fool had hands. He said, we're gonna change his name to Me No Bang to Me fucking I Can Bang, I think, right? I was like, for reals? So look, trip out. My primos like him. They seen him in action. I never seen this shit, so I didn't believe it. Again, this fool would just sit there all day just looking all stupid, right? Like a kidnapped kid. And so my primos start taking him to their barrio, their hood. Trip out. This fool had an X tattooed, right? They put an I and a V. Next thing you know, the motherfuckers in Norteño, hey, they got him all flamed up. He can't speak a lick of English, don't know to what degree of city he's in. All this motherfucker does, hey, they'll make him jump out on people and fight people, like for fun. They'd be like, Me No Bang, and that was his nickname in the barrio. Me No Bang. Me No Bang. Go over there, right? ¿Por qué? Chingazo, chingazo. Sí, sí. ¿Por qué, verdad? Right? He'd be getting his, just beating people up. They had him robbing people. Hey, look, man. This was a cold character, right? So I'm hearing all this shit, and I'm a little kid again, man. I can't indulge in the fucking reindeer games. So they tell me one day, they're like, hey, you ever seen this fool fight, right? And Ricky was a little kid. At this time, Ricky was about 7, 8, because I was like 9 or 10. It was right before I went to YA, I remember. And Ricky always had hands. Like he had stupid strength. Like always, for a little kid, he beat all the little kids up in town. All that, right? That's just what he did, right? So they were like, hey, Ricky ain't gonna fight Me No Bang, right? Me No Bang was older. And I was like, come on, man. That's like fucking child abuse. Like, he'll fuck Ricky up from what you guys are saying, right? Shit. Let me tell you something. Brother, right? Man, Ricky got back there and beat the holy dog shit out of Me No Bang, right? So I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the older primos like, I thought this is your homie. I thought he could. I thought, and my Theo Angel is mad. He's already like kicked him out. Every time my Theo Angel would like walk in the house, he just look at him. Oh, este pinche meno, bang. Es un pinche cholillo cabrón. Huevón, puto. ¿Sabes qué? Feria. He'd be counting money in front of him. And Mino Bang be sitting there, and my tia be like, who wants a bowl of sopa? You want some sopita, Mino Bang? Yo quiero un de sopa. Like, not you, son of a bitch. You'll get whatever's left, right? I was like, damn, they're treating this dude like a straight up refugee. It's fucked up. And, you know, I used to be here. Here's my sopa. Here's a couple tortillas, too. Like, wait up, one, motherfucker. I said one, right? Calm down. And it was just weird. He stood at this house. Well, eventually he ends up moving with my primos to the Bay. They took their homeboy with them. So trip out. We have a family thing, right? It's my grandma's birthday. She's getting older. So I don't know how you guys do it, but in the Mexicano fucking flavor of us, right? We look for any reason to party. So my grandma was turning like 40 something, 50 at that time. Party time in the LBC, right? So of course, fucking and Pepe was young. Pepe came, my tia came, everyone came, right? And we're all chilling. And Mino Bang is there, my primos. Now my primos from Compton. Well, I got primos from Wilmas and primos from Compton, right? So my primos from Compton, their dad comes. This is when their dad was still in the mix, Pepe's dad, right? So he comes with a couple OG homies. And now we're little kids at that time. We see Vatos the big Rochas. It's all respect. Like, hey, what's up, right? We're trying to be cool. We're cool little kids walking around like that. Ricky's already like that. We're just doing our thing. And Mino Bang's kicking back. He's all flamed up with my primos, right? So my primos are whispering in the corner. And this was my first glimpse of a North and South issue. And I got to really see Mino Bang. So when Ricky was swinging on Mino Bang and catching him, and Mino Bang wasn't fighting back, it was because he knew he was a kid and he didn't want to beat the shit out of him. Little did I know this motherfucker was like the grand national champion of fucking Mexico. They bought the new ninjutsu and baijitsu and all kinds of shit. He was no joke, right? So these dudes are sitting there from fucking Compton, they're drinking, and everyone's drinking. It's like a big standoff, right? My primo's over there. So one of my primos was like, hey, Holmes, what's up? What are you looking at, eh? And I remember as a little kid, I was looking around. My Theo Angel's like, no, it's my backyard. No. And I was like, yeah, we smell the shit. We know it's your backyard, right? And one of the dudes from Compton's like, hey, we ain't tripping off you vatos, ese. And when he says this, my older primo's like, what's up, man? You got an issue or what, Holmes? Because we can get down. And then back then they didn't say we could take a fade or we can go in the corner and fucking jack each other out. None of that shit. We can get down, right? The vatos like, well, let's get down then. It's it, right? So these vatos start getting down and Mino Bang jumps up and beats everybody up. He's doing the helicopter. This motherfucker did the flying paisita kick. Have you ever seen that? Have you guys ever witnessed a flying paisita kick? Well, I did that day, and I can only tell you that was the one and only time I seen it. And it was like, have you ever seen the movie fucking Mortal Kombat where Johnny Kane does that kick? That fucker did it. All ugly shit. It was crazy. It was like he was flying through there. He did the flying, crouching tiger, hidden paisa. He's fucking shit up, right? Look, cops get called. One of my primo gets arrested. Mino Bang hides. My Theo Angel and him are hiding in the chicken coop. All of a sudden, they're best friends again, right? So Mino Bang, what happened? This is what happens. My primo eventually says, hey, you know, this motherfucker's too crazy, man. This fool's going to get us caught up. Whatever, right? After he gets out of jail. The family party was ruined. My Theo Angel takes this fool, right? And tells him he's got him a job to the city of Patterson, right? Takes him out to the field and left his ass, man. It was crazy. I'll never know what happened to him. But I remember he left him, and when he came back, my Theo was like, where's fucking Big Dick? And he was like, ¿Qué pasó? Yeah, the one with the fucking, the one that be doing the crouching tiger, big old fucking chorra swinging. And he was like, no, I left him. I left because he is, está loco este vato. Está fucking chingazos y es un cholo. Hey, poor Mino Bang, right? So trip out. Years later, I got a Paisa homeboy named Champion, right? And Champy is the shit. I've told stories about him in the past. You do give him his own profile. That's how legit he's the real super Paisa. Champion is him, right? But, so Champion was a crackhead though. He used to do anything for some pierda. He'd fucking paint your car. I mean, it would be spray paint, but it'd be there, right? He'd bring goats to your house to eat your lawn. Like everything he did was like Mexican style. Like true fucking straight out the jungle. He didn't just like, hey, mow my lawn. He'll bring a fucking a goat to eat the fucking weeds on the side. Like, he was different. So anyways, it's like years later, and I've already been to prison, been to YA, did all that, right? And I see him one day, right? And I'm like, and he's kicking back with like a group of Paisas, and they're drinking, they're hella faded, they're all fucked up. And that's one thing about Champion, he'll be fucking faded, you tell him, pierda, he'll be like, right? Give him a little dime, and like I said, he'll fucking renovate your whole house. And he's there chilling with Me No Bang. And Me No Bang now is older, he's fucking all wrinkled up. He looks ugly, and I go, Me No Bang. He's like, see, yo Me No Bang, right? And I'm like, and then the other guys are looking there like, what? What does he mean, Me No Bang? We gang bang, right? I'm like, no, you guys don't. You guys are Paisa. But the fact of the thing was that he still stood around in Northern California. To this day, he's probably still floating around. So if you guys ever run into a dark-ass, ugly-ass Paisa with buck teeth named Me No Bang, that's him. That motherfucker was still around. I remember I told my dad, hey, guess who I ran into? Who the fuck you run into? Another fucker. I don't pay child support. I fuck Ricky. I never will. Tell his dad I said, toma, puto. Fuck face. Right? I said, no. I ran into Me No Bang. Remember him? No, I banged. Son of a bitch. I banged like three negros the other day. That's how I got the new count. You see him, mijo? I got a couple stains on it already, but it's okay. It's from Sheila, because I think she shit her pants when she ate a bad rodeo burger. I'm like, no. Me No Bang. Remember when we were little kids? The one that Theo Angel? I haven't said Theo Angel in a long time. He had good dick, mijo. His shit was, it was long, it was strong, and he knew how to get the friction on, mijo. I'm like, look, remember that kid he brought that one time when they fucking deported him? Me No Bang, the dark, little, ugly motherfucker. She was like, oh yeah, I remember with the big dick. Yeah, him. I seen him and shit. He's older now and shit. Well, of course he got older, stupid ass. That's the law of physics. Listen, man, I ran into the motherfucker. He was cool, man. I was just saying. But he was like, whoopin'? You ran into Me No Bang still a homie, or was he active? Is he active? I said, I don't know if he's active, but I fucking seen him. He was right there with Champion, drinking and shit, all pisteando. Let's go pick him up. Mom, can we bring Me No Bang home? She was like, nah, but I need a homeboy that's active. I said, I don't know. That fool's on some Paisa shit, but I don't know if he's active like that. Fool, fuck you. Don't talk about homeboys because you're a dropout, right? Anyways, I did run into him, never seen him again after that. I asked Champ, hey, what's up with your homeboy? He was like, no, este vato está loco, este vato. That was it. Anyways, man, Theo Angel is a character. He brings characters home. I got some good stories, man. We're going to get into Super Paisa again sometime this week. So make sure you guys tap in. I hope you guys enjoy the story, man. With that being said, I promise, we'll drop a Super Norteño today on this channel, man. It's been a while, man. I know. I've been having you guys at the edge. ¿Sabes qué? Hey, Jonesy, tamalías, huh? Everyone's like, hey, I need a shot of the area. ¿Sabes qué? Well, don't worry. Tío Pepe will hopefully share, or Tío Pepe, Primo Pepe will hopefully share a shot with you guys. We got you. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's bringing you guys the best possible entertainment I can and having a good time while doing it. Gracias. Me No Bang! Me No Bang! We know. We could tell. The gun.